Hello, everyone. So, this is a topic that I've always wanted to discuss, kind of keep it short, but I think really important. What is Memorial Day? And, one of my little pet peeves is when people say Happy Memorial Day. Memorial Day is not a day of celebration. It is not July 4th. It is not even Veterans Day, which I'll explain what the difference is in a moment. Memorial Day is a day we honor those who died, those who gave their lives. So Memorial Day is a somber day. It is a day when we remember those who gave their lives in all our military combat. It started actually around 1868, not in 1868, and it was called Decoration Day. And it was called that because right after the Civil War, May 30th was the first time we kind of see this observed in any sort of significant manner. It was decided to start decorating the graves of soldiers who had passed with flags and flowers, and that's why we still do that today, actually. It goes all the way to that time. And so initially it was more of a, honoring those who died for the Civil War. But of course, as we've had more wars, it's become a holiday where we honor the memory of all those who passed away during wars. And so what ended up happening is different states started to observe it. And then in 1971, it became a national holiday. And instead of celebrating it on May 30th, or observing it, I should say, instead of celebrating it on May 30th, it was moved to the last Monday in May. And they did that, of course, to create a 3-day holiday. And this is where I think some of the issues and problems happen, where people then take this day and say, well, this is the start of summer, the unofficial start of summer. Or they talk about, Memorial Day is a day when we do barbecues and sales and you go buy whatever you want to buy and all those things. And, it's fine to have the barbecues. It's great to have family get-togethers. That's always a wonderful thing. But I do hope people take time to remember this is more of a somber day. In other nations like in Israel, when they have this Memorial Day, the nation pauses in silence, right, at a certain moment. There's a moment of, just a sense of somber for it. And I think that's important to remember. The other thing, of course, is some people confuse Memorial Day with Veterans Day. So Memorial Day is again to honor those who passed away, who died in fighting. Veterans Day is to honor anybody who was a veteran. The Veterans Day actually started, initially it was called Armistice Day. The reason we celebrate Veterans Day on November 11th, is because World War I officially ended the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. And it was initially called Armistice Day, but then later on became Veterans Day. So we honor all veterans. So Veterans Day is simply to honor anybody who is in the military, anyone who is in our armed services. Memorial Day is specifically to honor those who passed. So please keep that in mind, and I always say watch your words. I get people say Happy Memorial Day, but it really is something when I hear that I'm like, it's not really a happy day, folks, right? It is a day that we have to remember those who gave so much for our freedoms and for our liberties, and that's something that I always try to convey to people. So I hope you found that interesting. Something to share if you'd like, please do. I'd love more people to hear this. So, I always encourage people to share my lectures and leave comments. Maybe this would be a great place if you have a relative who was killed in battle and died in battle. Leave their names. Let people know who they are. I'd love to hear those stories, because it's important to remember these individuals who gave so much. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.